For my honors project this semester, I chose to do a project for my makeup class where I designed 3 different looks for a production of Alice in Wonderland, and then brought my designs to life. First, the white rabbit. The first step in any makeup project is to wash your face. Then I apply moisturizer and primer to keep my face from drying or breaking out. So I started by applying a white foundation, but it wasn't as bright as I would have liked, so I used the white cream on top of the foundation and blended. And blended, and blended. It turned out to have really good coverage. For each of the Wonderland characters, I decided that I wanted to design a mask into the makeup to show how the characters aren't showing Alice their true selves and are hiding things about Wonderland from her. I used a light pink and a tan-colored eyeshadow to create the mask. Making sure it was balanced on both sides was the biggest challenge. I used some more of the white cream to clean up the lines, and of course, more blending. Next, I blended the red and the white creams and added a small amount of the blue to create a pink for the nose and mouth. I went back with the white to clean up the edges. Then on to the lines on the face. This was by far the hardest part of the whole design. Because the clock is so important to the White Rabbit, I wanted to include it as a part of the makeup. I thought it was also important so the rabbit's first appearance would instantly tell the audience how this isn't your average rabbit. Then I drew some details on the nose, then came the whiskers. I tried a whole bunch of techniques on the whiskers, like using a ruler and freehanding. Both worked, but it took about 4 tries on each side to get the clock hand whiskers how I wanted them. I also found that as I was working with the eyeliner, I had to clean the tip as it would get caked with the white makeup. The eyeliner lines weren't as black as I would have liked, so I used some black cream over the top to darken the lines. And I did the same for the small whiskers. When I made a mistake, I would use a makeup wipe to remove the makeup, then reapply some foundation and redraw the lines. Then I added more white to the top of my lip and some pink to the bottom of my lip. And that was it. I'm really happy with how my White Rabbit turned out. I think if I ever revisit the project, I'm gonna try doing some fur texture. Next, I worked on Alice, which was much simpler compared to the White Rabbit. Again, I washed, moisturized, and primed my face. Then I applied a lighter shade of foundation than my skin tone to give me a more youthful appearance. I kinda looked like a ghost. I applied some highlights and shadows to the eyelid to help make the eyes stand out more. The sun was a bit of an issue. Then I added some blush. I wanted to add quite a bit to create an exaggerated appearance. Then I did some contouring to create the appearance of a higher forehead. I used some white to add a few more highlights to really make the face seem bright. I chose to darken the under eyes to show how tired Alice is and suggest that maybe she is unwell or slightly mad. Then I added some mascara. I used some white to add a few more highlights to really make the face seem bright. Then I added some lip color. And I chose to fill in my eyebrows so they would appear on stage. Then I added a little bit more highlighter, and I was done. I'm really happy with how this look turned out. I think it really captures Alice as a character. Finally, the Queen of Hearts. Again, I washed my face and used moisturizer and primer. Then I used a foundation shade that was pretty close to my own skin tone. Then I mixed a brown foundation and a skin tone foundation together to create a light color that I could use to draw an outline of a heart and the mask. It took several tries to get the heart right, and I'm still not thrilled with how it came out. I then used the lightest shade of foundation I had to fill in the heart, and I used red eyeshadow on my other eyelid. Then I added blush and some light contouring to make my cheeks appear higher. I added some of the original foundation to areas that were looking too dark or that started to blend together. I also ended up going back with a makeup wipe to remove some of the blush as I felt I went a little heavy with it. Then I put on some bright red lipstick and cleaned up the edges. I used a bit of light stippling with a darker shade of foundation to make the skin look more textured for an older queen. I then used a beauty blender in a tapping motion to help soften the stippling a little. Then I added some mascara. I wanted the lashes to be super dramatic, so I applied quite a few layers. And then I was done. While the Queen of Hearts didn't turn out quite as well as I would have hoped, I really enjoyed creating the look, and I think it's my favorite out of the three. Thanks for watching!